Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you, and today's topic is going to be one of a kind. Have you ever wondered how some people are so effortless when it comes to building relationship with others? Like they seem to get along so well with everyone, or someone has this confidence to, present or lead conversations in everywhere they find themselves. One thing which is very typical with this is when we come to our various universities. At the university level is when they expose you to presentation. People mostly find it very difficult, extremely difficult to stand in front of their own mates and then present an idea or topic they've worked on to them. In one of the previous videos I posted, I talked about growth mindset. That was last year, and if you've not watched it, kindly go back to watch it to understand what growth mindset is. There is no limiting beliefs when it comes to growth mindset. So I believe that with my growth mindset, skills like these that people mostly suffer from, they can learn it. With the topic I'm going to talk about today, you may think that, so I don't have these skills, so probably people are born with it and I'm not born with it, so I can't also possess these skills that people are so effortless and fluent with. But then first of all, adopt a growth mindset and know that as others are doing, you can also do it. That's just as simple as that. Put that in your mind and then let's start from there. Okay, when we talk about soft skills are non-technical skills that help you with communication, how to communicate with other people, how to build quality strong relationship with other people, how to manage your life, how to relate with other people, and then how to handle pressure when it comes from personal life or from the work environment. That is basically what soft skills is. And then examples of soft skills include: first, communication skills, we have teamwork, we have stress management, emotional intelligence. A young person like myself may ask him or herself, what are soft skills, and what's even the importance of it, or what am I using it for? After all, I'm in school and I'm just supposed to focus on my books, learn, and then get good grades. After that, I will just go into the corporate world, and then I'll be employed with my first class, my second class, about all that. Whilst that is very important and that's okay, these days companies do not hire just your knowledge or what you learned in school. They hire based on the soft skills that you possess, because they won't hire you to the company when you can't even work with other people. There is a saying that no man is an island. When you go to the company to work, you're not going to work alone, but you're going to work with a team from diverse background. Here is the case, you just, all that you know is the theories, the formulas that you learned in school. You don't know anything about teamwork. I need to collaborate with other members in a team to achieve a set goal. You just can't work with anyone. And when it comes to communication, it's very poor, because you don't even consider the emotions and feelings of other people, because you just don't know any idea about it. And then we have communication in the part of presentation, when you're supposed to bring out your knowledge or tell people what you know, and then you'll be fumbling because you never thought it was important. That is the reason why soft skills are important, and as a young person you need to consider and put it at the back of your mind. Well, regardless of the fact that you may not have any idea about what soft skills is and never thought they were important, I am here to help you to navigate how to develop soft skills in addition to the knowledge you are acquiring in school or wherever you are. So I'm going to take my time and then take it one by one briefly. Mostly my focus has been, I've been mentioning communication. Yes, communication, because we are social animals or social beings, okay. And then communication is very important because you need to bring out your feelings for the other person. You are not magicians around you to know what you are thinking or how you are feeling in order to know how to talk to you or behave towards you. You get it? So communication everywhere is important, even with yourself. That's why we have meditation. So communication as a soft skill is when you know how to bring out your feelings, your thoughts, and then communicate it clearly to another person to understand, because you all have different personalities and our likes, dislikes, our values, our principles. So you need to communicate all these things to the people around you. So if you find yourself at a workplace where you all came from different places and someone doesn't know how you are, they can't magically access you to know how you are unless you communicate it to them. And another part of communication is presentation. That is the speech aspect. It's not just about communicating your feelings or knowing how to present, but then we have written communication. I'm in an engineering school, and mostly my engineers are more like calculations and the technical field aspects. But then going into the industry, you should know how to write. That's why we did communication skills as a course in the first year. So written communication is another aspect which is very important. You should know how to write effectively and concisely. Coming to the presentation aspect, we have things that work when you are presenting or communicating to an audience. Like, your thoughts should be clear to them. They should know what you're talking about, where you are driving at, and also engaging them to be immersed in what you are talking about. Because in case you want me to make any video on it as well, or anything that I touch on in this video, kindly put it in the comment section. Let me be aware and I will gladly do that for you. Moving on next briefly is teamwork. Because, as I mentioned earlier, no man is an island. At the corporate world, you are going to be working with other people to achieve a set target. We move next to time management. As at now, I am sure a lot of young people don't even know what managing their time is. So they just do things anyhow. They are around everywhere. They have time for everything. One message I listened to last year from Apostle Joshua Solomon, he was like, don't spread yourself too thin, because why should you be doing so many things at the same time? It doesn't make you productive. So time management is so you know your priorities, you know your goals, and then you make sure that your time is allocated to these important goals or these important things in your life. So you can group your priorities according to personal, work, family, we have friends, personal goals, we have education, health, we have finance. And then you make sure that every time that you spend is to all these important things. And so a lot of young people these days will spend so much time online basically doing nothing, but then we have another young person online all the time, but then they are making waves, they are making meaningful things online. So there's a difference between time management when you are at a particular place doing nothing that benefits your goal or makes you to achieve a target, and then others to spend too much time on something they're not supposed to. Maybe the thing is important, but then you're supposed to give it like 1 hour of your time per day. But here's the case that you spend almost half of the day on it. And another thing about time management is when you would, I call it, misplaced priorities, things that does not benefit you, things that don't have any impact on your life. So you have this thing like gossiping or talking about unnecessary topics. You see, we have conversation and we have conversations. Some conversations are beneficial. There are conversations that helps with your personal development. There are conversations that broaden your mind. So instead of just engaging in any conversation, engage in conversations that actually profit you and then makes you learn something new, because going to gossip about someone won't add anything to your life. You get it? Nothing at all to your life, and your time is gone. And one of the most precious assets is words. If someone gives you his or her time, the person is actually investing or giving you something meaningful. So time is very important, and how to manage it would make your life pretty much easier. Because I remember I could stand and talk with someone for many minutes, like more than I'm supposed to, because some things are supposed to be quick. You just meet the person, you speak shortly with the person, and you move on. But that wasn't me. I was standing and talk, and I realized that no, I needed to manage my time very well. That makes you to achieve more and then helps you to take off your goals and priorities for the day. The next we are going to talk about is adaptability. We all have some people, we call them traditional. They are so traditional in the sense that what used to exist, they are more inclined to it than what's evolving or coming out now. We are in a very diverse, changing world, and if you don't catch up very quick with it, you'll be left behind. That's the fact of the matter. You'll be left behind, so you should be able to know how to adapt to new situations. Maybe at first you're very comfortable with how a certain thing is done, but now here's the case, we are changing it. You brought something new. That is when you will start opposing, murmuring. You won't really like the new situation because you don't have the adaptability skill. I remember what made me to actually understand adaptability was when I did an internship at my uncle's company, and one morning I just went to the company, and the operations manager met me with a new development out of the blue. So when he told me that, oh Ella, today we are going to start doing this. So they gave me a new book. I had to take records of especially the large amount of products they were sending out. I need to take records of them. So we have cars that come and then pick them and go, so I have to record that. And seriously, I wanted to oppose it and tell him that no, this is not important, this is not necessary, no. But I just breathed in and told myself that things don't stay the same. That's what you call change. Change is the only thing constant in this world. So I need to adapt to it and then psych my mind to accommodate this new development. And I was okay. But there are some people in a company where when they bring any new thing, they will oppose it and they will even feel uncomfortable. And now we have technology coming in. Let me just chip in because technology is something I'm embracing. Yes, technology is coming and then we are using it to do different things. And here is the case that people are even afraid that their technology is going to take their jobs. Meanwhile, I personally think technology cannot work without human beings. And the next soft skill I'm going to talk about is going to be emotional intelligence. You should know your feelings. You should know your thoughts. You should know how you react to things. You should know how you analyze situations, how you relate with other people, and then be able to know how to assess yourself, to know, okay, this, if someone does this to me, this is how I feel about it, and I have to communicate in this way to the person so that it will be resolved, and at the end of the day we will all be happy. But there are some people who don't have emotional intelligence. I mean, they don't have a grasp around their emotions. They don't even understand their emotions. So I think that personally, you should go through self-identity. You should identify yourself. You should get to know yourself, and then your wants, your dislike, your values, who you are, your purpose. You need to identify all these things so that you'll be able to understand your emotions and personality. There are a lot of people who still don't even know their personality. We have the 4 personality types. We have the melancholic, the sanguine, the choleric, and then one other. Yeah, you have personality types there, and you are supposed to take some personality tests at least to be able to know your personality and then what comes with it, so that you know, okay, this is how I am, so I should. And people have mismatched identity. They think they are this, but meanwhile they are another thing else. And some people also don't know themselves, so they do things anyhow. Anything goes for them. This is going to strain a lot of things for you. So when you are talking about emotional intelligence as a soft skill, you need to know yourself to be able to know your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, and then know how to balance it with the world. The last soft skill you're going to talk about is problem solving. This is now my new favorite. My new favorite in the sense that I listen to messages a lot, and then I also listen to podcasts mostly, like when I'm doing something, and it keeps popping up that people who have made it usually says that if they are working with you and you identify a problem and then you don't add solution to it, you've not done anything, they will tell you to go back, and then the problem that you've identified, you bring solutions to it. This goes to say that don't just be a person who knows how to identify problems, loopholes in the company, organization, or anywhere, even in your personal life, and they don't even know how to go about it. So as you identify the problem, you propose a solution to it. One person that also said it was Apostle Joshua Selman. I listened to his message, and he was like, the people he work with come to him with problems, and he'll be like, go back and then come up with solution, and then come and tell me, because things are competitive. That's how I view it. Like, in my personal opinion, you just don't say, oh, I've identified that the pipe is leaking, and then you leave it. So what do you want us to do? So you propose, oh, I've identified that the pipe is leaking and we have to change the tap, or we have to call the plumber. There is the number of someone that you can call to come and then solve it. It makes things easier, quicker, and more precise. So you should be able to know how to come up with solutions. And even in your personal life, you identify that, oh, I have high temperament, or I'm easily angered. That's the problem you've identified. How do I go ahead and solve this? That's the problem solving. Okay, maybe I need to tell myself that, oh, in any situation I find myself where I'm being angered, I will calm down. I will take in deep breath. Or there are many ways that you can contain your anger. Maybe I'm promising myself I won't shout at any person I am angry at for this number of days. So these are like solutions to your problem. Let's get into how to develop soft skills. I've given some tips already, but then I would say that first, identify yourself, know yourself, and then reflect on circumstances and situations in your life in order to know some patterns. Seek feedback from people you've worked with. Seek mentorship from people. Read books articles on soft skills to learn more about it. Watch videos on how to develop soft skills and then start it from there. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was insightful as always. If you liked this video, kindly subscribe to the channel, comment, share to your friends who may find it helpful, and then let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, let me know the next video you would like for me to do. See you again.